In this lecture video, I'm going to talk about the chain rule, and then apply the chain rule to the power formula and obtain the general power formula, and of course some sample problems. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the chain rule. So the chain rule is very basic in its sense. It's simply the derivative. To get the derivative of y with respect to x, it is equal to the derivative of y with respect to u multiplied by the derivative of u with respect to x. Now, this rule existed, or this rule applies because let's say you have y is equal to the square root of x squared plus 1. You cannot simply apply the derivative of x to the n in that matter. In this case, it would simply fail because you have u as a function of x, wherein in this case, in the problem's case, u is equal to x squared plus 1. Okay, so if we will apply the chain rule, we will obtain the general power formula. So let's go to our next page. The general power formula. Okay, so the general power formula, so let's say we have y is equal to u raised to n, and our u is a function of x. Okay, so we know that the derivative of x raised to n is n. The derivative with respect to x, this is with respect to x, of x to the n is n x raised to n minus 1. So we will get the derivative of y with respect to u. It will be n u raised to n minus 1. But we don't want to solve for just the derivative of y with respect to u. We want to solve for the derivative of y with respect to x. So according to the chain rule, the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to the derivative of y with respect to u multiplied by the derivative of u with respect to x. So, to get the derivative, or to solve for the derivative of y with respect to x, in this case, wherein y is equal to u raised to n, and u is a function of x, then therefore, we simply apply chain rule. So the derivative of y with respect to u is this one. So, n u raised to n minus 1, and then multiply the derivative of u with respect to x. So multiply derivative of u with respect to x. And there we go. That is our general power formula. Okay, so just remember that you have to get the derivative of u after getting the basic formula n u raised to n minus 1. After that step, you need to get the derivative of u with respect to x. So let's go ahead and apply that principle in our example problems. So let's say we have to find the first derivative. Just complete that. Find the first derivative. So let's say we have y is equal to 3x plus 4 squared. Okay, so if we will apply our general power formula, so let us just write it down first. The derivative of the general power formula, the derivative of u raised to n, wherein u is a function of x, is n, u raised to n minus 1 times the derivative of u with respect to x. Okay? So in this case, our u is 3x plus 4. So y prime, or the derivative of y with respect to x, is simply 2, that's our n, times 3x plus 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. I don't need to write it. And the derivative of multiplied by the derivative of 3x plus 4. So finally, that will now be 2 times 3x plus 4. The derivative of 3x plus 4 is simply 3. So final answer, it is now 6 times 3x times the quantity 3x plus 4. Okay? So another problem. Let's make it a bit complicated this time. So let's combine some formulas. So let's say we have y is equal to 3 over the square root of 16 plus t to the fourth. Okay, so there are two ways to solve this problem. One is to use the derivative of c over v, and the other is to make it as derivative of c times v, wherein you would simplify this as 16 plus t to the fourth raised to negative 1/2. Okay, so it depends on the student what he thinks or she thinks is the simpler route. So I would prefer that you solve it using this method, wherein I make it as the derivative of a product. So go ahead. Derivative of y with respect to t is equal to 3 times negative 1/2. So 16 plus t to the fourth. Then negative 1/2 minus 1 is negative 3/2. And then get the derivative of 16 plus t to the fourth. Okay, so write it down. The derivative with respect to t of 16 plus t to the fourth. Okay, so we now have negative 3/2 times 16 plus t to the fourth raised to negative 3/2. And then the derivative of 16 plus t to the fourth is simply 4t cubed. Okay, so this is just a matter of simplifying. The derivative of y with respect to t will now be equal to, so negative 3 times 4 is negative 12 t cubed, and then 2 divided by 2 times the quantity 16 plus t to the fourth raised to 3/2. Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and we can still simplify this, by the way. I see that we can still simplify this because 12 divided by 2 is still 6. Okay? So the final, let me revise that. Let me revise my final answer a while ago. So the final answer is negative 6t cubed over 16 plus t to the fourth raised to 3/2. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve the same problem. Let's solve the same problem using another formula, using the derivative of c over v. So we have y is equal to 3 over the square root of, so this is to give you an option on what formula is more comfortable for you as the solver. So here we will use the derivative of c over v. Okay, so the derivative of c over v is negative c, then derivative of v with respect to x times derivative of v with respect to x all over v squared. So let's go ahead and apply that formula. We have y prime negative 3, because that's negative c, and then derivative of our v, which is 16 plus t to the fourth raised to 1/2. So all over 16 plus t to the fourth, so raised to 1/2, and then squared. Okay, so this is with respect to t. So y prime will now be negative 3. Now what is the derivative of this one? So we will apply the general power formula. So we have 1/2, then 16 plus t to the fourth, then 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2, and then the general power formula, we have to get the derivative. Apply the general power formula, the derivative of 16 plus t to the fourth. Okay, so this one, the square root cancels out, or 1/2 cancels out, so it is simply 16 plus t to the fourth. So we have negative 3/2, then 16 plus t to the fourth raised to negative 1/2 times 4t cubed. Okay, as the derivative of this one, of 16 plus t to the fourth. So all over, again, 16 plus t to the fourth. Okay, so this is just a matter of simplification. Again, we have 4 times 3 is 12 divided by 2, so that's negative 6 t cubed. Okay, and then I have here 16t to the fourth raised to negative 1/2, which will be going to the denominator, and I have 16 plus t to the fourth raised to 1. So I have this term going to the denominator, then that would be positive 1/2, and I have the same base. So what will happen is you will add 1/2 plus 1. So therefore, 16 plus t to the fourth, 1/2 plus 1 is 3/2, which is the same answer that we got using the other solution. Okay, so it depends on you on what you want to choose as your method of solving.